You are interested in Tai Chi and wonder where to start? Let's get you going on the right track. Don't cheat yourself with short forms of Tai Chi, thinking that you're getting the real thing. Tai Chi goes deep. Short form Tai Chi sells you short. Let's talk about what you should do instead. I've helped hundreds of people restart their lives in healthy ways, teaching Tai Chi in a famous rehabilitation clinic. Everyone knows that after something serious like heart surgery or recovering from burnout, little gimmicks and dreamy esoteric cliches are not going to get you back on your feet. Unfortunately, many shortened forms of Tai Chi emphasize exactly these false impressions and misdirected mindsets. So, what's the problem with short form Tai Chi? It's supposed to be simple, right? Well, it's good to be uncomplicated when that means effective. Clarity is better than confusion. But the trouble is that short forms of Tai Chi tend to be just that. Too short. In order to start making real transformation and cultivating real resilience, you're going to have to allow for the time it naturally takes. You need to develop experience-dependent neuroplasticity through slow, repeated, and attentive movement. This improves the signal-to-noise ratio between intention, perception, and action. Neural change happens through clear input, repeated often enough, rather than through novelty or short exposure. You are going to have to invest some effort. You have to allow for time. Don't try to get around that. Don't cut corners. Perhaps you are wondering, how long should my Tai Chi session be? You should aim for an exercise session that is at least 20 to 30 minutes long. You want to experience depth rather than superficial movement or just being impatient with yourself or all worked up over time. Please don't be in a rush or put yourself under unnecessary pressure. Short-form Tai Chi is not going to give you the depth or intensity you need unless you go through that short form 2, 3, or 4 times. Tai Chi is not a race to the bottom. It's not like some kind of magic spell that you recite as fast as possible to summon a genie. It's not a magic pill you swallow to pretend that you have a cure. Tai Chi takes effort. Effort repeated over time creates lasting results. The desired results of Tai Chi, such as reprogramming neural pathways, restructuring brainwave patterns, and fine-tuning your parasympathetic nervous system. Add to that building your strength, stability, flexibility, and stamina. In short, a complete workout for your whole being. All this requires a sensible investment of your time and attention. You had better be prepared to put in enough effort to reap a respectable return. As you settle into each practice session, your body and your mind need time to open, to ripen, and become receptive to the input which you are now experiencing. Over time, this input becomes automatic, anchored in your muscle memory. It won't happen in short bursts. It happens somewhere further along the line. Let's think about anchoring. If you run a boat out in rough water, you might have to throw out a sea anchor. Basically, that is something like a bucket at the end of a long rope. It gives the boat extra stability when things are getting rough. That's what Tai Chi for resilience actually is. A source of stability when things are getting rough. Short-form Tai Chi gives you the illusion of depth or stability. But in fact, it's like tossing out a rope without a bucket tied securely to the end. Sure, it's a line in the water, but it doesn't offer nearly as much as a line with a solid bucket tied on. And that's what holds you stable in the choppy waters. You create that bucket and the stability it implies by investing sufficient time to your regular practice. This allows your effort to ripen and mature rather than skipping on to the next distraction simply because your mind is racing around telling yourself that you have no time or that a half hour for yourself is not possible or worthwhile. You are worth it. Make the time. Invest in your own well-being. Going deeply into a single focused point is always better than skipping around, substituting activity for meaning. It's better to do something very simple, like a standing posture, and hold that for a longer time, or to do single silk reeling exercises over and over again than it is to quickly run through a set of choreography called a short form and get only the superficial benefits while telling yourself, I am doing Tai Chi. Going deep is always better than staying superficial. So what should you do? Where should you start instead of with some or another short Tai Chi form? I always recommend starting with the 8 principles of internal movement. These are the foundations of real Tai Chi, and they should be present in any authentic Tai Chi form or style. The 8 principles of internal movement are relaxation, structure, a skill called pengjin, dynamic ground path, opening and closing the hip joints, independent rotation in the dantian, spiral movement, and whole body connection. You want to be working on the principles of internal movement rather than thinking about which moves follows what and all that sort of thing. It's just a distraction. So in the beginning, drop any false hope of cutting corners or accelerating results with short forms. Invest the first months of your Tai Chi journey in understanding the principles of internal movement and refining this with simple yet very meaningful silk reeling exercises. This will help you understand the depth and purpose of longer Tai Chi forms when the time comes. You will pick it all up much faster and with more depth, more authenticity because you invested in the foundation. Don't be in a rush. There's a link in the description to download a complete seminar that details the whole method I used to bring people from absolute beginner to inspired and strengthened regulars with internal movement and silk reeling. Look, there's a reason why classical long-form Tai Chi has built into it plenty of repetition. The choreography of classical long Tai Chi forms is designed to include the expanse of time, more than 5 or 7 minutes. You need to make the neural and perceptive transitions necessary to absorb and anchor the information, the experience, the learning that is contained within long-form Tai Chi. Short forms of Tai Chi tend to eliminate this important repetition, which, yes, reduces the time, but also reduces the dosage, the potency of that which creates the true benefit. The challenging part of Tai Chi is setting aside the time to begin. Once you have done that, going the extra 10 or 20 minutes beyond the first 5 or 7 minutes or so will be easy. And that's how you will start to really reap the benefits. So don't sell yourself short. Invest your time in yourself. Take a look at this video for ideas to extend your workout and deepen your results.